Now this is very scary and almost spooky. Now here's the bad news. Welcome to a new video. This week will be huge for Bitcoin, and today we're going over everything from A to Z, so you're perfectly prepared for all scenarios. We got 4 very good news, but we also got 2 very bad news, which I don't like at all. Let's get started. Go get a drink. As always, I got my black tea right here. Also, leave a like for the algorithm, and let's get started. First of all, on Friday night, we had a big flush out of over-leveraged long positions. We got a big dump right here, and we got the exact same thing happening 3 times in the last month. The same thing happened also right here, and also right here, and also right here. Every single time when the open interest is very high, it is very profitable for market makers to flush out those over-leveraged long positions. And like I said, this happens periodically. Now, we got 4 very, very bullish things. Actually, first of all, we got one warning sign before this happened. We had a higher high, and the RSI made a lower high. Now, this is called a bearish regular divergence, and most of the time, this works out to be right and perfect. So again, we got a bearish candle and the regular bearish divergence. What happened? Price came down. However, we got 4 very, very, very nice things for the Bitcoin price. And number 1, we still got a bullish structure. We have consecutive higher highs, and also we have higher lows. And also finally, we got a retest right here, right after we had a breakout from our wedge target. Now, if you don't know about this, watch my previous videos, and you will see every single video how we almost predicted and forecasted every single move to the T. The retest is always a way more consistent and safer entry than breakout. Because, for example, if you were to enter a long trade here with a stop loss here, your risk reward would not be that great, and your stop loss percentage is huge. However, on the retest, your stop loss is smaller and the upside is bigger, okay? So this here is always the safer entry. Now, another thing which I really, really, really love about Bitcoin right now is we had a bullish hidden divergence, which means the price made a higher low, but the RSI made a lower low. We had one bullish candle. What happened? Price went up. Also, very nice confluence. By the way, if you're new here, confluence just means an extra reason, a supportive reason of why something will happen. So on the 1 hour time frame, we also had a bullish regular divergence. So we had an equal low, but we had a way higher low. We had one bullish candle and the divergence. What happens? Price goes up. Now here's the bad news. We have right now short term a bearish pattern, which is a bear flag. Now, as you might know, in the long term, we have the bull flag, which is a bullish pattern. And the bullish target here is still standing at $92,000 for the long term, and even potentially higher. Now, short term here, we got this bear flag, which is the opposite. Now, there are 2 targets, and again, a bear flag has a 60% chance of breaking to the downside and 40% chance breaking to the upside. Now, the bearish target here would be down there in this big support zone here, which actually, interestingly, would be a second retest of our big top trend line of the bull flag, okay? So target 1 is down here, and we will dive back into the liquidation heat map in a second, because this here is where we have tons of long liquidations, which is an interesting area for market makers. Now, the bullish target, which is a bit less likely, but still in the cards, would be all the way up here, and exactly right here on the top trend line of those 2 support zones right here. And also, since this big flush out here, we got even more short liquidations up here accumulated, which means this is additional fuel for the fire once we finally grab all of this here. And sooner or later, we will go up here. The question is, do we hold the support line of this bear flag? Or again, now let's zoom in. Let me show you the other scenario right here. And really, guys, I'm hoping that we are holding this trend line here of the bear flag, because as long as we hold this here, it looks nice. It looks nice. And again, if we break above this resistance zone, which previously was support, and we get a retest on the other side, then this here will be amazing. And most likely, after the retest, we will hit our target all the way up here. When we had the flush out on Friday night here, we liquidated essentially all those longs down here. However, since this sideways accumulation area, we accumulated new longs right here, and they are all laying right here on the wedge bottom trend line, and also on the monthly support trend line, which is right here, and also previously. So this has been the support for over 1 month now, and we have to hold this trend line here. If we break it here, like I said, and worst case even get a retest, we will most likely pick up all those longs right here, and then again we would have an amazing long entry. And I will go long if we get, for example, here another regular bullish divergence like this with a double bottom, or the LSOB reversal like this, boom, 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 boom here, enter here, stop loss here, and to the freaking moon, okay? If you want to learn this also, by the way, there's a video now, which I made in detail, which you can watch here on the left side in detail and learn this setup, which is the most consistent in the whole world. The worrying part on the heat map is, like I said, that we accumulated all those new longs right here, and we still have some longs left over from the left side. And the market makers know this, and that's also why this, in combination with the bear flag, which is a bearish pattern, doesn't look too good. And by the way, let's say we break down and we even grab all this down below here. This would also add even more shorts up here. On the sunny side, for almost one entire month, we only had net Bitcoin ETF inflows, which is really, really good. And in my opinion, if this continues like this will be amazing fuel for the big launch, which will be soon. And also what I love is, since the last flush out right here, the funding rates also dropped, which is also very, very healthy. And like I said, if we drop even lower, most likely they will also drop, which will be even more bullish for the long term, for the big bounce. Now this is very scary and almost spooky. The interest right now on the masses on Bitcoin right now is on the same level as in the bear market. So imagine this. We are right now almost at a brand new all-time high in Bitcoin, trading close to $70,000. However, the interest from the masses on Google based on the search volume here is on the same level as when Bitcoin was in a deep bear market and trading below $20,000. Now this means that the big masses are not yet onto Bitcoin, and sooner or later, when Bitcoin breaks the $100,000 level right here, everywhere will be massive FOMO. Everyone will buy. All the blogs, all over Twitter, all over Facebook, all over everywhere, will talk about Bitcoin, and we are right now still early. And once again, from a structural cycle perspective, we are still right now in the still cheap area. Of course, this is not the best time to buy, but it's also not the worst time to buy. And right now, the masses are completely uninterested in Bitcoin, and they will be interested once we get in the hot area here. And this is the area where we will slowly start scaling out and also hopefully eventually scale into some altcoins. No one cares about altcoins, but sooner or later, when everyone FOMOs into Bitcoin, when Bitcoin is at the peak, people will go into altcoins, and we will be early on that. I hope you enjoyed this quick update video. If you want to learn scalp trading, you can also watch this video right here. In detail, everything from A to Z. Big shout out to the Discord VIP community. You guys are the best, and you guys are killing it. I am very, very proud of all of you. Thank you once again for your instant support. I will see you in the next video, maybe even here in this video. Much love and peace.